Right, Virgo, welcome to my channel, Adrian here, and this is a general reading for you for love. I'm not putting any date on here. I'm affirming out there that when you see it, is the right time for you to see it. If you want to have a date reference, the videos that I did just before that was for your September reading, so you can have a look at that. I want to see if I can move this down just a little bit. There we go. Just so you get a better view, of your cards, because I mean, that's after all why you are here. After this is a reading for love, and after this I'm gonna do singles reading, like single love, those of you interested in finding love if you're not with someone, and also twin flame. um if you want to know when those videos are coming out, you can obviously subscribe to the channel. You hit the notification bell, you get notified. Thanks for all of you that are liking the videos. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your donations. Remember, this is a general reading. I've got a beautiful special at the moment. I'm going to tell you about it in the reading. Also, if you want to learn how to read the tarot for yourself, there's a link in the description to my detailed online tarot reading course. Okay. The details for the special are also down below in the description. All right, so what we're going to do, Virgo, and also I did like a video for you as well, and also a bonus video just because it's your birthday. Still, again, happy birthday to all of you all. We're going to look at your current space. This is who you are at the moment. This is where you are at the moment. And this is the situation at the moment. Then we are going to look at the challenges, the things to overcome, the lessons that is required to look at. Then we're going to look at the potential outcome as well as the person that you are dealing with and what we have got going on there for you, Virgo. Then we're going to clarify your reading. So we're going to look at what is it that we have clarification for your current situation. We're going to draw 2 cards for that. Then we're going to draw 2 cards for your challenge just to see what guidance we have there from the universe for you. And we are also going to draw 2 cards for your potential outcome as well as the person that you are dealing with. Then we're also going to take a look at the general message for you, Virgo, just to see what we've got for you for a general message that the universe might like to give you there, just to wrap things up for you, so that you can benefit optimally from this reading. One last thing we're going to do, just because before we're going to start turning the cards around and interpreting your reading for you, Virgo, is we are going to, my eyes are closed, so I'm just always nervous at this point. Well, I just opened them now, and this orange sort of like drew to me too. So we're going to get that one for you. That is for an overall message for you for your reading. And then just lastly, we're going to draw you 2 more cards just to clarify that overall message as well. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. So now look at this overall message from the universe for you first. And it says, convince yourself, not others. So it might be that for some of you, you might be dealing with someone here, and maybe you sort of know that you're not going 100% in the right direction, or it like which direction you should be going into, which direction you should be heading, into, but at the same token, sometimes it's not a very typical Virgo sort of thing to do, but I feel that there's some sort of justification that might be going on here, Virgo, where you sort of try to convince others that you're trying to do the right thing, which could be stepping away from a connection for some of you. But I feel that for the most part, the reason why that's so strongly present is because sometimes when you try so hard to convince others, we are actually trying to convince ourselves. All right. It says the need to clarify, explain, or justify yourself in personal relationships is always self-serving. What's important is knowing the truth about why you felt the need, because it often points to insecurities that could be dealt with in a more effective way. Hi ho, the universe, all right? So hoping that if you sit under a rock long enough and, ignore things hard enough and just do something else and say, oh, well, I don't really care, I'm going to sort of, just do my own thing over here and I really can't be bothered. I feel that nobody's really falling for that, least of all you, you might create some beautiful pieces, for example, or whatever it is that you're doing to distract your mind, you may be able to create something really fantastic here in that same space. And that in itself is a wonderful, wonderful thing, because it's almost like being able to almost like isolate the mind in such a way to serve you optimally. However, it might not bring you the sense of fulfillment that you are hoping for. You know what I'm saying? So, just check on your motivations here. If you are doing something, is it actually you trying to hide away? And my recommendation would be that you can still do whatever it is that you do, baking, arts and craft, whatever, fixing your car, whatever the case may be, draw up a spreadsheet, whatever. You can still do it and you can still put your heart and soul into it. But what I would recommend is maybe just looking at your motivation behind it, and maybe just being willing to alter that motivation from I don't know what to do, I'm not sure what to do, I'm just going to sort of like a sense of escapism, but rather say, I'm going to do this right now because this is going to be good for my sort of like, my inner being, my morale, my sense of mind, my brain. It's going to be good for me. So I'm going to do that because this is something that'll be able to move my mind a bit. And when it moves your mind, you can start getting some clarity that you might have been looking for all along. All right. Now let's look at you. Let's look at the current space. Let's look at what's going on at the moment. Spirit of guidance. Okay. So this card reminds you that that you are a divine being, that you, Virgo, are an expression of source, that you are an expression of the universe, that you are an expression of the light in physical form. It lets you know that the entire universe is behind you. It lets you know that the whole universe, source, God, the angels, your soul family, your guides, all of them are standing over here, waiting, hoping, technically praying as well in anticipation that you would open yourself to the help that they have available. Because remember, there's still free will at the end of the day, and no force in the universe can go against your free will. And this is a space where, when they say there's power in prayer, for example, there's power in this prayer, but it does require that you open yourself to that. I'm not sure if the camera is dirty at the back or if it's in the front where I'm looking at the screen, but either way, I do apologize if you're not having a clear screen. I didn't actually look at that. I do apologize for that, all right? But I always maintain that the message is more important though, okay? But I do apologize for that. I just also want to point out there to you on your current space, the number 4, which is about stability, but it comes from embracing all of who you are, your inner strength there with number 3, that, mind, body, spirit type of vibe, all of who you are, a soul within a body that is part of a so much bigger network of energy, of love, and of light, and 4 plus 3 equals 7, and 7 is that number of hope. It's that number that takes you to that next level. And this is you being reminded here. If you kind of think of you having your experience over here, feeling, sort of conflicted, almost like a cup of coffee, When you have a cup of coffee, a lot of times we kind of feel that it's just a cup of coffee. But then you get somebody with a broader, sort of more artistic kind of mind, and to them it's about the coffee, it's about the ambience, it's about the aroma, it's about the history, it's about where it's coming from, it's a story of hope, it's a story of history, all of those type of things. So it's a whole different sort of passion, and you are being invited when it comes to love to go past it just being a cup of coffee to actually being so much more than just a sort of blah blah situation. For some of you, you might either be with someone at the moment, or there might be the possibility to be with someone at the moment, but you might feel that maybe they're a little bit shallow, that that you want something with more sort of substance in life. And it's all fine and well to have that, and you can ask for that, and the universe can bring that in for you. But also, when you do that, you do this sort of like introspection or asking for help. What I would recommend is also saying to the universe, the parts within me that brought this current space about, I'm willing to understand what this is and to heal from it and to release it as well, so the pattern doesn't repeat itself. You can open yourself to have a better understanding for what it is that brought you over here as well. Okay. Challenges for you at the moment. Beyond the ordinary. You are invited once again, incredibly strongly, Virgo, to see yourself as more than just a human being, just another person, just another person looking for love. I'm encouraging you to see yourself as more of that, all right? Along with my, with the collective consciousness that I channel that call themselves Smile, there's an invitation here to open your mind, to open your heart, to open your soul, your essence, your being, to the simple truth that there is more to you than just what you see when you look into the mirror, for example. You know what I'm saying? There is so much more to you. There's so much more to your essence, to your vibrance. And I mean, when all is said and done, at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want to say. You've got the spiritualists, and they're going to say to you, like, don't look for love. You need to find love within yourself, and you can't find it in another if you haven't found it in yourself yet. And I fully agree with that. But I also know that when a human being finds that beautiful love that reflects back to them beautifully, so they give it and they receive it, there's something really amazing that almost sort of like unlocks within you. It's like a magic that unlocks within you. And what I want to encourage you, Virgo, is to look at yourself in a sense that you are already this magical, wonderful, incredible, powerful being. All right. And then as you see yourself like that is how you attract that beautiful life. So again, convince yourself, not others. This is a personal journey that you are walking over here. And for some of you, there might be things from your past. Maybe you didn't have the best example, that sort of thing. Maybe you saw some bad influence, or you're seeing some bad influence around you with love, and you're saying, like, I don't want that. If that is what love is, then that is not what I want. But that doesn't mean that because that is what you see, that has to be true for you as well. By actually seeing what you don't like, you get the opportunity to decide that you don't want to have this. You actually get to have that choice. All right. And obviously, if you want to look more into that, I also have like I said in the beginning of the reading, I do have a special at the moment, 30 minutes reading, very similar to this. I sent you a private video, either $25 or 350 rands. All the details down below in the description. Okay. Then let's look at the potential outcome for you and the person that you are dealing with. The power of purpose. Okay. I feel that, for those of you that are actually dealing with someone at the moment, so it's already some person in your life that you are dealing with, I feel that you might sort of have a bit of a misconception about that person. You may feel that they're all together and that they've got life all together, etc., etc., etc. But remember, everybody's got their own personal battles all the time, in any case, all right? Nobody really has it 100% together all the time. And this is a reminder of that. And the solution, I feel that the person that you are dealing with, the solution that they're hoping for, that they're praying for, even if they don't understand this, is you. You are dealing with someone that might have their life in, for all sort of like worldly or lively or daily purposes, got their life together. But there is, I feel that you might be dealing here with someone that might have realized that maybe they want more from life. Maybe they do want a family. Maybe they do want to be with you. Maybe they want to be in a partnership. So you're kind of dealing with someone here that is really coming into almost like the truth of themselves. And I mean, what a perfect person to have by their side than you. If you're currently dealing with someone at the moment, and it's not a brand new stranger, even though I feel for many of you it is, there is a sense of almost like a predestined plan for the two of you that is busy executing at the moment, that is busy starting to happen. So basically divine faith over there. They are ready and you are ready. But it obviously all comes down to accepting that within yourself. So as we were saying there in the beginning, where you are at the moment, some of you are asking for love, or just that friendship or companionship, or just somebody to make you that cup of coffee in the morning. Like you're serving so many people, if somebody can just do a little something for you, or you can take turns, or that sort of thing, that you don't have to be the one who picks up the dog poop all the time, that sort of thing. So ask for that. Be clear in your asking. This is what I'd like to have. And obviously being open to more, so the universe can even surprise you for more. But it's about saying, this is what I'd like to have. All right. Remember, the universe, the angels, source, God, all of them are waiting for you to put forth what it is that you want to have. But, they're waiting on you to give them that clarity. And the reason also why you are invited to sort of like expand your view of yourself. So if you've maybe been playing small, and it might even have become a habit for some of you, this is the time to have the willingness to actually move past that pattern. Even if you don't know how yet, when you can have the willingness, the universe can come in and assist you, because where you are heading, there is a game of big love, not small love. So you are heading towards big love, big lasting love. But if you want to enjoy big, you sort of have to show up big. You know what I'm saying? So let's clarify this, convince yourself and not others, just quickly. Let's see what we've got for you over there. We've got the Three of Materials, which is the Three of Pentacles, which is about new beginnings and choice. And you've got the Queen of Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands, which is about that inner journey of you unfolding. So there's a lot of sort of going to that next level for you. If we go with this Three of Materials first, the Three of Pentacles, you are weaving something new here at the moment. So inevitably, this is what's happening for you at the moment. In a sense, I feel in relation to life and love, you are building your new life here. It's almost like you have when let's say you were a designer, or let's use a different example. Let's say, for example, you are one of those people that do really incredible things with flowers, like what they create. Like a friend of mine, I'm not sure what the right term is for it, but they do these flower things at weddings and special occasions, and it is just out of this world. It is completely out of this world. And so the invitation that you're having at the moment, it's letting you know that there's a new beginning, but do you want to have the out of this world, or do you want to have a repeat of the ordinary? And that is something that you can't sort of like justify through others. You have to find it within yourself, and you have to be the one that has to say, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to go for, and this is what I'm opening myself to. That choice basically at the end of the day, Virgo, lies with you. And there isn't, I feel, necessarily a right or a wrong choice, but I do feel that if you do choose to maybe from what feels safe, because there is a level of bravery that's being called for you, if you do sort of repeat the same pattern again as you had before, because it's safe and better the devil that and that sort of thing, I feel it leads to a lot of almost sort of like loneliness, like when you sometimes have the thing in life where you have everything that you need and all your sort of material needs are taken care of, but there's sort of like an emptiness, like a void inside. Kind of like doing the past again and feeling like this is the most logical, practical thing to do. It sort of leads to the same emptiness. It brings you back to the same sort of blah, blah, blah sort of point. Whereas otherwise, you are invited to have that experience that is almost like my friend that does that flowers. Okay. Queen of Inspiration. Work on yourself. This is what you are being encouraged at the moment. This is a time, Virgo, I know that you like to help others and to be there for others generally. That's a thing that you have. But here's the thing. If you can focus on you at this particular moment right now, find your inner magic within yourself, expand that inner magic within yourself, really foundation it down. And this is, nobody's saying that you don't have this yet, but think of this almost like a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garden, that you have maybe something botanical. No matter how beautiful that garden is, no matter how self sort of like, sustaining and whatever it is, every now and then you have to go in there and you have to do some stuff. You have to pull out the weed and like, loosen the soil and, fertilize the ground, give it a little bit of water maybe in the dry season, or, if it's very hot, maybe cover up some of the flowers. If there's birds coming to your space, there's some attention that you need to pay to that, and this is a space of working in unity with all, because let's just use an example, something like the bees, for example. Bees have been dying out at a rate that is just heartbreaking. But if you can have a garden in which there can be flowers, which is sort of like, not fertilized with sort of like harmful chemicals, then those birds can be there, they can live there, they can feed there, and they can feed the rest of the world. And so in layman's terms, the work that you do within yourself, Virgo, if you focus on you right now, it benefits the global sort of consciousness of humanity overall. All right. So serving you, in effect, at this point, and actually going forward in life as well, is serving others. All right. But now we're looking at your current energy here with the spirit of gratitude. The question is, what are you grateful for? And I think sometimes when it comes to gratitude, we feel that we have to be grateful for those big things, and there's nothing wrong with it. You can be grateful for your home and your life and your job and your car and your health and all of those type of things. That's fantastic. You want to be grateful for that, because the more you appreciate it, the more you keep those things in your life, and the more they also have the ability to expand in your life, in a way that will suit you beautifully. But then The sort of like invitation here from the universe is to really look within, to look at yourself, to see how far you've come in life, to see how far you've made it in the last 3 years with this whole pandemic that's going on and the world being so challenging and all those type of things. Look at how far you've come. Really find that inner titan, that gladiator within yourself, and have a real interest in finding out how amazing and how magical you actually are, and how much more amazing and how much more magical you can actually become. Let's put these cards up like this. Let's see how that is going to look. Maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. I haven't tried it yet. First time I'm trying this with you, beautiful Virgos. Looks a little bit sloppy. Sorry. Not really the nicest thing in the world, but okay. Well, we're just going to leave it like that. Now, so that is what we're having for you at the current space. Now let's look at what cards we've got for clarification. Seven of Inspiration, so a door is opening, opportunity is opening, a Knight of Materials. Here's an opportunity opening for you here, Virgo, that will suit you so well, that is so sort of right up your alley. And this has got to do with abundance, with stability. There's a clear sort of mind that is required for you at the moment, Virgo, because I feel that there's the opportunity for you to go to that next level. There's a portal of opportunity that's opening here for you for love, and it also opens for you sort of like a new page of ideas for how you can go forward in life and build a more beautiful life, help others more. Maybe work for your charities or your family or just your friends, or whatever it is that you want to do. This new opening that's happening over here, the moment that I don't like that, the moment that you can open yourself more to to the beauty of what life can be and the beauty that you can be and who you actually are. It is that accepting of your amazing incredibleness within yourself that is opening this door for you. Because remember, at the end of the day, Virgo, we still have free will, all right? And I think sometimes as humans, we forget that a little bit. When all is said and done, you still have free will. And one of the few living beings that sort of goes against free will is human beings, maybe human beings and cats. But the universe itself, all the help that's available, the angels, source of all, your guides, your guardians, your soul family, even here on our earthly planet, the dragons, the fairies, all of this energy that's available to us, all of this energy, they will invite you, and you can start seeing that maybe in that like sort of like feeling that you get inside, it goes like I need to do something, and all around you I feel there's signs, the invitation is there, but the universe is never going to force you to do anything, because that goes against you being able to make free choices within yourself. So that is why you are being invited to open yourself, because the universe want to meet you halfway. So the universe is already there and is asking you to meet halfway for you, so that this opening can take place. I also feel that for some of you, there's a realization that this is like a spiritual awakening or spiritual ascension, and it does give you maybe a little bit of fear. All right. If you feel that maybe this part of the reading doesn't resonate for you, or you want to know more about this, maybe you want to look at your moon sign so you get an idea of your emotions, or your Venus for your love, or maybe you're in a bit of a conflict at the moment. You want to look at your Mars, so you want to understand your lucky breaks, look at your Jupiter placements. And if you don't know what any of those things, those placements are, there's a link in the description that says free natal chart that actually gives you a link, and you can get that for free. I'm not affiliated with them, I'm not marketing them. They're just really great in the way that they do it, and that's why I'm recommending it for you. Okay. Challenges at the moment in the space, and the challenge is to go to that next level. And for some of you, Virgo, this can be very, very overwhelming. So you might say, I want love, I'd like to be with someone, but I don't know, because now you're messing with my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So there's that invitation, but if you want to have this beautiful love, you're going to have to sort of up your game. All right. Or at least have the willingness to up your game. And it doesn't mean that you yourself has to put in all that labor, because remember, when you can open yourself to the help of the universe that's already available, it's already here. It's not like you have to go look for it. It's here. If you can open yourself to that, and that could be a prayer. I have a glass of water when I wake up every day, so you can maybe have a glass of water and you just place your hands on it and you just sort of put your intention in that water before you drink it. It's called water alchemy. There was a guy, Masaru Masaru Emoto, Maseru, and then his last name Emoto, Emoto. He wrote a bestseller actually on water alchemy. It was a bestseller on the New York's bestseller list. Or just water alchemy. Have a look at that. But it's about setting an intention forth and having the willingness to, for life to say, okay, upgrade me, What do we have here? We've got emotions in the tower. So this is a bit of a warning that's going on here for you at the moment, Virgo. This is letting you know, or rather bring you to your attention that your emotions can actually take you either way. There is a definite breakthrough that's taking place over here for you with the tower. There's a release of the old, there's an in with the new. So what we also have over here is that you yourself is beautifully expanding at the moment. You could be dealing with someone that maybe their emotions is not so 100% at the moment. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about sort of like being mentally unstable. I'm talking about maybe you're dealing with someone that maybe they find the world a bit challenging to deal with sometimes. Maybe they're difficult, have challenges sometimes. Maybe a very emotional being, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or maybe a water energy that you are dealing with over there. It could even be a Gemini, or maybe I feel for some of you, you might be dealing with someone that is actually somehow dealing with the Gemini as well, or not necessarily being with that person, but there could be that vibe of almost like an influence. I don't know if that makes sense. Like say you with someone and they've got a connection with someone else, and maybe they started to pick some of that other person's bad habits up, or pick up their bad habits. I feel that with your connection over here, that is something that you can actually help them break through, because you might be dealing with someone that's got some sort of like and when I say toxic patterns, I don't want you to go to town with that, but some patterns that might not be serving them all that well, and your interaction with them can actually help them with that. But again, that means that you have to be willing to be that person that that is almost willing to come from that more broader understanding of life, like I have the whole universe behind you. Power of purpose. That's the outcome for the reading. Remember, we said that you're dealing with sort of like a bullseye situation over there. The Hanged Muse and the Seven of Materials. Lots of sevens in this reading. There we've got a seven as well. Sevens and nines, because seven is that magical number. Nine is also that number of expectation. You might be here with someone as you have the outcome, and for a while it might seem like there's nothing really ever going to happen over there. Now you might want to be with someone, and you might actually want this person to at least be clear about their intentions. They don't have to ask you to marry right away, agree to marriage right away, but there has to at least be some sort of level of them, saying, yes, I'm interested in being you, yes, I'd want to build a life with you. So you might like to have that sort of level of commitment there from the beginning, kind of knowing where you're standing. Now you're dealing with someone that might be a little bit slow to commit here, all right, which once again brings me back to like a Cancer energy, to maybe bring me back like a Gemini energy. Sorry, it could be another Virgo that you're actually dealing with, that you're kind of like sussing each other out, because there's a very sort of mirror reflection energy that's happening over here. But not to worry, the two of you, you're finding your way. You are most definitely finding your way. Okay. Now, let's look at the overall message that we have for you, for the universe. For closing your reading, you've got the Eight of Swords, you've got the Seven of Wands, and then you also have the Tower card again. Okay. So this is, and when, like, look at this. You see what I'm saying? Tower card again. So this energy carried over, or is carrying over from your challenge, sort of into your overall energy as well. And this is letting you know that you are dealing with someone that I feel they're coming out of the dark in a sense. They're coming out of their negative patterns. You might be dealing with someone here that actually realized that they do actually have some negative patterns within them, which they may not have been aware of. And I feel that they're actually working through that. And they're coming through that. They're basically moving into the light. So in a sense, you are actually both doing the same thing. I feel that maybe you just coming from a more logical point and dealing with someone that's coming from a more emotional point. But as you go through it, it's like you guys are finding this middle ground to be able to support each other in a beautiful, wonderful way. So in essence, this is a space of a beautiful connection coming together. Okay. So that's what I've got for you, Virgo. I hope that helps. Remember, if you're interested in a personal reading, I've got a special going on, $25 for a personal, like a 30 minutes reading. I sent you a private video link, so it's something like this, and you can look at it again and again. If the video resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video. I always appreciate comments, sharing, subscription, and I'll see you next time. Bye.